It's beer o'clock on Reload Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Stone Brewing Company, and it's a can of their Exalted IPA, Citra and Laurel, coming in at 7% ABV. Drink fresh, 12 fluid ounce can. Let's get the beer out into a glass and see what we get. Nice bit of smoke on the can opening, beer in the glass then. Oh, look at this. All of that lovely beer made its way into the glass. We got a 4-finger, slightly off white head. Probably give the beer a bit of a rigorous pour, but that's just the mood I'm in tonight. Golden amber coloured beer. There's a slight unfiltered look to the beer. It's got good carbonation rolling up the glass. Do I say but at this stage? Yeah, why not? But it's very polished, isn't it, for a beer? It's really clear. It's going against everything from 2017, 2018. It's a really polished beer. Still looking forward to it. Let's get the aroma on this beer. Clear golden amber ale. But my goodness me, it makes it up on the aroma. I'll be honest with you, I always have this fear these days that it's a bit like polishing a turd. You polish a turd up too much, yeah, it's going to shine, it's going to look great, but it's still a turd, isn't it? I'm not having a go at Stone here in any way, but the more you polish a beer, the more you're extracting, the more you're taking away. The more you're taking away in flavour. They know that, but they want a little bit of eye candy, I think, for this beer. But, as I mentioned, I'm not too bothered about the clarity because I've just got my nose into the beer and it smells absolutely terrific. That citrus coming through so well. There's a touch of lime. It's a real kind of raspberry jam aroma. And it might be the laurel. I'll have to Google up this laurel. Very unusual. Now, it must be the laurel because I'm quite used to Citra hops. It's giving off like more of a floral bouquet. Flowery aroma. Let's dive in. Cheers. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Lovely, juicy, drinkable, 7% ABV. May have lost a touch, only a touch of his flavour since coming from America all the way to the UK. You can most definitely sense and drink different beer now from the UK. It's been brewed so fresh, so well. The likes of Left Hand Giant, Northern Monk, Magic Rock. We get over here now extremely fresh beer. And it's probably a bit like when they send their beer, Magic Rock, Daya, Verdant. It's a bit like when they send their beer from the UK over to America. It's going to take a few weeks. In that time, it's going to lose a bit of its flavour. So as a beer reviewer then, with all that knowledge, knowing that maybe it's travelled for a few weeks, maybe it's not as fresh as it possibly could be, I think it's my job to try and guess how good this was when it was fresh. Do you understand where I'm coming from? And I can do that. Believe it or not, I can do that because I can talk to you about the malt. The malt is a little bit biscuity, a little bit bready, not too much going on. It leaves a platform for the hops to do its job. There's a nice bitterness on the back end with this beer. It's more like a a proper, well, it is West Coast IPA of America beer, isn't it? It's Stoner from California, West Coast. So very good drinkability for 7% ABV. You'd never believe it was 7% ABV. It drinks so well. Nice touch of biscuit malt coming through, leaves a platform then for the hops to shine. And they do shine. All I'm doing is, in my mind, I'm thinking, yeah, it would have been a little bit more bitter and a little bit more kind of grapefruity and floral and citrusy, and maybe that lime that's coming through a bit on the back end is doing a little bit more. It would have done a little bit more a few weeks ago. So it's about, in your mind, trying to pull forward, find those lime and grapefruit flavours that would have just, in your mind, been a bit more prominent in flavour. I may have made a lot of sense. I may have made no sense at all, but I think you know where I'm coming from. Stone Exalted IPA represents the elevated state of reference that Stone extols for the venerable and almighty hop. Citra and laurel hops have been anointed to bestow the divine qualities on this sacred brew. This limited release is part of Stone's Hop Worship series. Glory to be those who imbibe in its freshest form and faithfully worship thy hop in the beauty of blissful bitterness. It still does it. It still has that bitterness. I just imagine it was a little bit more bitter maybe a month ago. It was a little bit more grapefruity and limey and lemony and marmalade-y a month ago. It's not lost an awful lot of its profile as a beer, if I'm honest. Let's rate it. I really like that beer. I really like that beer. I like it for being quite mellow, actually. Very drinkable, very lovely. The citra comes through nice, the laurel comes through nice, the biscuit malts are nice. Very drinkable, a little bit of carbonation, pushes the beer around the inside of the mouth. Yeah, great stuff again from Stone. I've had some really good beers from Stone recently. Had some not so good beers recently. But this, I like it enough to give it an 8 out of 10. It's an 8 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box, subscribe to our daily beer reviews, give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! And cheers.